Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen at the house. So I've got my laptop there. I've done the best I can with lighting, and I thought it might be fun to do some cooking and have y'all just hang around and we can chit chat in the chat as much as I can pay attention to the chat. So the first thing we're going to do is broccoli casserole. So what we need got to get some water boiling. Got me a sink of hot soapy water. And I'm still learning the stove. My sister made this little, it's supposed to be a sugar bowl, but I put kosher salt in it. And a couple bags of chopped broccoli. And I can't remember which Lioness cookbook the recipe for my mother-in-law's broccoli casserole is in, so we'll get both of them out. That's the page that's got her macaroni and cheese recipe on. Can you tell? I think the broccoli is in the blue book. Here we go. 2 packages of frozen broccoli chopped. 2 eggs beaten. A can of cream of mushroom soup. And I wasn't sure if anybody would be interested in this or not, but I figured I'd just go live and y'all can just tag along or not. Hi, Deborah. I gotta get a casserole dish. Sorry. That's gonna be bad if I need that other big one, because y'all are there. I might have to move you in a little bit. Hi, Lucia. So it says grease the dish. I'm just going to use some Smart Balance non-GMO spray. And that can sit on the back burner there. Preheat the oven. 325. Start. I always check, make sure my son hadn't left something in the oven. Okay. We're going to need sharp cheese. Put this on here so we get that boiling quicker. So what are you guys up to? Are you cooking? Duke's mayonnaise, not sponsored, but it's the only good mayonnaise. And let's see. That's sharp cheddar. Sharp cheddar cheese, cream of mushroom soup, mayonnaise, 1/4 of a stick of oleo melted. And I don't follow the recipe here because what I do is I melt the butter, but I don't put it in the casserole. I put it with the Ritz crackers on top. So we're going to melt that on low. And it says 1/4 of a stick. So that's 2 tablespoons. Real butter. I don't do no margarine no more, since they say that's not particularly good for you either. Hi, Kendra. Hi, Candy. I'll be right back. Hold. You're going to irritate poor Howard. All right. Which Christmas? Green stripes, red snowflakes. Hi, Barb. Might as well be festive, eh? I think the red snowflakes. I made this a while ago. It's reversible. I don't think I made the strings long enough. No, can't run it around. So there, now we're in the Christmas spirit. So we're going to do the, I'm just getting this butter melted. And then this is Ritz crackers, and she just says crushed Ritz crackers, but I think we're supposed to crush a whole tower of them, so that's what I usually do. So put these back. And it looks like the water's boiling, so we can put the broccoli in, because you only have to cook it for like 5 minutes, because it's going to cook in the oven. Anyway, well, it's not really boiling yet. Come on, boil. Watch pot never boils. That's what my grandmother used to say. Hi, Carla. Well, it's just going to be the three of us. So I'm making just what the fellas like. So broccoli casserole, because Greg likes that. Scalloped potatoes, because Scott likes that. Then we're going to have ham, and I'm going to make angel biscuits, but I'm not going to make those today. I'm going to make them tomorrow. And I use the angel biscuit recipe from the Taste of Home website. They're made with yeast and buttermilk, and oh, they melt in your mouth. They are so delicious. Yeah, I'm only going to throw it in the water once the water boils, and just get it so it's not totally frozen. And then I'll drain it and add it to the eggs. Oh, I need a couple eggs out too. All right, now it's starting to boil. Basically, I'm going to let it cook while I fix the remaining ingredients, and that's going to be about it. This is probably more broccoli. I think we're supposed to only use 10-ounce package, but my son really likes broccoli casserole. Yes, I washed my hands. And I'll just let it come back to a boil while I fix everything else. All right, the butter's just about melted. So I'm going to put the crushed up Ritz cracker in with the butter. And then I'll put this on top with the broccoli casserole. And it'll get all nice and crisp. And the crackers that I did not get crunched up. Hi, Sherry. Yep, that's all we buy, Deborah, is Duke's mayonnaise. We don't buy any of the others. Now, when we lived in Greenville, we went to the Duke's sandwich shop, not affiliated with each other, but my mother-in-law had raved about their sandwiches so much that we decided to go check it out, and her memories from her childhood did not pass through. And I'm just going to mix this with that little bit of butter and set these aside. That's probably about good enough. So I'm going to set that over there. Turn this off. Throw this in the trash. Scott's just waking up. He's got a cat on his lap right now. He's trapped. And I'm just going to use this because, hey, bigger's better, right? Then you don't make such a mess everywhere in the kitchen. And utensil drawer. My grandmother would have loved these. Best invention ever. She would have loved these. You can get every drop out of the whatever. I hope everybody has a good holiday season. That means Christmas, Hanukkah, everything. Whatever you celebrate, celebrate it well. So that's a can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm rinsing the can out so I can put it in the recycling bin. That's right, I got you all dangerously close to the kitchen sink. Push this broccoli down a little bit. All right, then 2 eggs. Oh, I forgot I got to make the Brussels sprout salad. Do you want me to make that today so it can sit overnight, or is it okay fresh? Which did you like best? Either one.
If you're going to put the blanket on, put that on. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you always break your eggs in a separate thing. Got it. Does that mean I'm not going to do it again? Probably not. On the farm, we always broke them separate because you never knew when a chicken had hidden an egg, and that could be disastrous. It says beat the eggs, so I'm beating them off to the side, and then I'll mix them with the soup. It doesn't look very appetizing right now, but believe me, it's very good when it's done. And of course, Callie wants to go out. I'm going to use the spatula for the same thing. So, I'm coming. Hey, Callie's. All right, so we got the can of soup, we got 2 eggs, the broccoli's in the pan, the butter's with the Ritz crackers, so we are missing mayonnaise. Oven's hot. I don't know why I got this little spoon. That's what we're going to use. And it says a full cup of mayonnaise, but I generally don't put that much in it. Just a little bit more. And that is probably plenty. Into the water, into the water. See, I think that's plenty. All right. Oh, I need to chop an onion up. Clean as you go, clean as you go. Light's gonna change a little because I gotta get a cutting board. This one started. Now it says 1 onion chop, but this is a huge onion. There's no way I'm gonna put all that onion in there. Huge. We'll save that for something else. And I noticed when I was peeling this, it's got a weird, one of those inner peels on it, where it looks kind of weird. So we're gonna pull that out of there. Chop that off. Put it back together and chop it up. Whew. Oh. And I probably dirty 5 times as many dishes as I need. Making my eyes water. The counter is clean. I just cleaned it. Oh boy. These are some hot onions. Too bad I don't use celery in this because that would cut that. Ooh. I'll look at chat here when I can see again. Onion strong, but we're gonna call that a onion. Ooh, alrighty. I just cleaned the cutting board in the soapy water. I'm gonna set that aside. Ooh, man, y'all. That's one strong onion. I can post the recipe. It's my mother-in-law's recipe, if you guys want me to. She used to be a member of the Lioness Club, and this is one of the cookbooks that they put together, and this is her recipe. Super easy. All right, so this is the mayonnaise, the onion, the soup, and the eggs. So we need a cup of cheese, which is, if I remember right, these are 2 cups. Is that right? What's in here? 1/4 cup servings. Yeah, there's 2 cups. But you know what I usually do is I usually use the whole thing. I use a lot more cheese than she calls for. I'll even make notes about what I do. Maybe we'll leave a little cheese for cheese toast one morning. Looks like the water's just coming back to a boil, so that'll be about right. My mother-in-law is an awesome cook, you guys, so any of her recipes are wonderful. I thought about making her pineapple casserole because we're having ham, but because we're having pie, I thought that was way too much. Too much fruit, everything. So I'm just going to drain these off real good. It's just the chopped broccoli. I'm still getting used to the fact that this stove turns off pointing down, not up, like the one at the cottage. So who all's cooking today and who's cooking tomorrow? I try not to do everything on the holiday because it's just crazy. Yeah, I got lots of room to put lots of dishes. Now, if you used just the 2 10-ounce packages, I think is what she calls for. She just says 2 packages of frozen broccoli, but it's usually the small square boxes, but I couldn't find any, so we just got 2 bags. So we figured we'll just have a lot of broccoli. I mean, I think it's going to be fine. It looks fine. And she doesn't call for any salt or pepper, but, I put salt in with the broccoli, put the kosher salt in there. And then I like the pepper, so I just put pepper on it. Stir that in good. All right, now this is the greased casserole. We're going to fill this up. You can use a deep casserole like this, or you can use a shallow one. I just figured this one, I have covers for the larger casseroles. I don't for the elongated rectangular ones. And I don't really want to use foil or plastic. So I'm trying to use the containers that I can just put their lids on when they're done. So there's that. And then you take your Ritz cracker mixture, which is just Ritz cracker and 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter that you've melted, and you just mix it up, and then I just kind of sprinkle it on the top. And on the counter, apparently. And this was a whole, I don't know, I guess you call that an envelope of Ritz crackers. The tube-shaped container that's inside the package. I used 1 whole of those.
Butter crisp.
So this is ready for the oven. So it's 325 for 30 minutes. I'm going ahead and cooking this today, but we won't eat it till tomorrow. After it's cooled, I'll put it in the fridge, and then we'll just heat the casseroles up. So I'm going to put that in here for the 30 minutes. All right, so that's broccoli casserole done. Deborah, you can do this recipe with the fresh broccoli. Just chop it up real, in smaller pieces. You don't want big chunks. It's not as good. If Greg's tried to make it with like the spears of broccoli, it's not as good. Not as good. So I'll leave this out where I can give you guys the recipe after a while. 6 potatoes. Ooh, that was unpleasant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 potatoes. Step. All right. Scalloped potatoes.
I got a 16-pound heater cat keeps me warm.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but 16-pound heater cat Howard is in Scott's lap. He can't move. Once Howard gets in your lap and goes to sleep, he weighs you down and heats you up.
Trapped.
Trapped. There's been a lot of... Now with scalloped potatoes, I always use a casserole dish that is bigger than what I'm putting in it, because I don't know if you've all had the scalloped potato overflow or not, but that is not pleasant when it's catching on fire in the oven and smoking up the house. And always use a container much bigger. In raw potatoes, 6 potatoes in a greased casserole. Sprinkle with 1 tablespoon of flour, salt and pepper, dot with butter. Continue making 3 layers. All right, so I'm going to do a layer of thinly sliced potatoes. And then on that layer, I'll put a tablespoon of flour, salt and pepper, and some butter. I'll have to get some butter back out. What are you looking for? I'm not cooking these before they go in here. I'm making thin slices of potato, so they'll cook. So it said to make 3 layers, so to me that means 2 potatoes per layer, because it said 6 potatoes. when I get to near the end, instead of trying to cut my fingers off, I just turn it so the flat side's down. Two potatoes in a layer. All right. And then it says a tablespoon of flour. So I got a tablespoon, and you just sprinkle it over the potatoes. I just remembered I haven't taken my meds for today. That's pretty bad. And then you add, I need to wash my hands because I'm going to stick my hands in my salt bowl. Hi, Janice Glines. How are you? And Barb Fillion. Pinch of salt. And we use kosher salt. I have regular white salt there, but it gets used more for nasal rinse for Scott than it does anything. And I love pepper. So you do that, and then we do it again. Got to do it on the previous layer, but you want to put butter on each layer because the flour is going to combine with the butter. So, oopsie on my part, I put butter on it. I'm going to put a big old glob of butter on the top. I just feel bad that I didn't put some down on that first layer. More butter is better, right? Probably not for your arteries, but hey. Whatever. All right. There's the butter. Sprinkle with flour. I'm going to put like another half a tablespoon on the top here. All right. And then pour in the milk to barely cover. Bake at 350 degrees until tender for about an hour. All right. It doesn't say to cover it. Howard's had it. To barely cover. That's going to be good enough. And I'm not going to put that in until the other casserole comes out because this needs to bake at a higher temperature. So we'll just set that over there. And see the broccoli casserole. So that's the broccoli casserole done. I'm going to go ahead, put this in here. It doesn't say to cover it, so we're going to leave it uncovered. So yeah, this is easy to make. This is the broccoli and cheese casserole. I'm not going to put that lid on it right away. I'm just going to put it right here and let it cool a little bit. I think that's a good